Ladies and gentlemen, greetings to you all from Dr. Ashok Kumar Batham, MBBS, MD, DCR. Under Dr. Batham's narratives, I am here again in front of you making a presentation on very novel, exciting, and revolutionary diagnostic methods that have been developed in this year and introduced into the market for Alzheimer's disease. So, Alzheimer's disease diagnosis has remained mostly dependent upon clinical evaluation, and no concrete laboratory tests were available so far. So, this development on the novel, exciting, revolutionary diagnostic methods is really a very good development in this field. The fact that Alzheimer's disease is mostly diagnosed through clinical methods, and the accuracy of the symptom-based clinical diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease is only about 70%. CSF biomarker test requires a lumbar puncture or a spinal tap. It's cumbersome and has to be done in the clinic. The PET scan for this disease involves injecting a radio-opaque tracer and costs thousands of rupees and is only performed at specialized centers. So these are the limitations of the currently available tests, and over and above these tests, therefore, two major developments have taken place that are based upon the biomarker assay, wherein p-tau or phosphorylated tau biomarker is assayed in the blood. Now, this phosphorylated tau may enable even earlier and more accurate detection, according to Alleles associated researchers speaking at the clinical trials on Alzheimer's disease virtual conference in early November 2020, this year only. Jeff Dage, PhD, a senior research advisor at Alleles and Company, presented the case for p-tau in blood as an accurate biomarker. He said, recent literature has demonstrated p-tau levels are elevated many years prior to Alzheimer's disease symptom onset and are in line with the detection of amyloid pathology. Working on the same lines, a US company called C2N Diagnostics has announced on October 29 the introduction of a blood test that measures biomarkers that reflect the presence of amyloid plaques in the brain, a hallmark of Alzheimer's disease. This test is going to be very cheap, easily accessible, and the best, perhaps, the alternative to the currently available diagnostic tools. So this has just been rolled out. So the blood test is going to be helpful in the early detection of the disease, differential diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease from other conditions which produce similar symptoms, and of course the screening of patients for inclusion in clinical trials and monitoring of the disease. So it's indeed a great development that has happened in the recent past, in this month only, and it is going to be very, very helpful in early detection of the disease so that the disease can be picked up or diagnosed and efforts are made to arrest further progression leading to deterioration of the condition of the patient. The second exciting development that has occurred is the Alleles diagnostic agent for Alzheimer's disease, which has been approved by the US FDA in the month of 2020. Now, this is a radioactive compound to detect tau, an important characteristic of Alzheimer's disease. This radioactive compound has been introduced under the name Tauwid, and it is the first drug that has gained the approval to detect tau tangles within the brain. And it marks a leap from the current method of detection, which is to study the brains of people who have died. So this was said earlier in the month of May, when nothing was available except the post-mortem examination to confirm the diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease. In fact, Tauwid is given to patients intravenously it goes into the brain and binds to certain sites in the brain where tau is known to be formed, and then the brain scans are taken using positron emission tomography. So it's a PET scan radio pharmaceutical that has been introduced under the name Tauwid. So with these two developments, I would say the year 2020 has been very, very good as far as the Alzheimer's disease is concerned. With these words, I would say a big thanks to you for giving me a patient listening, and I would request you to press the icon like if you like the video, and also subscribe to my channel so that I can keep on producing such informative videos for you all. Thank you very much once again, gentlemen.